blood be spilled, thy will be done. The damned stand ready. My life for Nezu. I bow to
More gold is required.
I feel like that game was more rigged than anything else.
The damned stand ready.
I tried to make a few differences and stuff like that. By picking on pink a little bit, but blue wasn't letting me do much.
More gold is required. More gold is required.
He was protecting pink like mad.
We demand additional lumber.
Summoning.
Yeah, you'd have to go there.
I wish only to serve. Yes, master. Summoning is complete. Where shall my blood be spilled?
I gotta remember how to do this build order.
Master.
I think something like that will do.
My life for Nezu.
I think I can afford to get an acolyte. I should have got an acolyte earlier. Never mind.
The damned stand ready. Where shall my blood be spilled? I gladly obey. Yes, master. Summoning is complete. My vengeance is yours.
My patience has ended. Yeah.
My vengeance is yours, master.
Let battle be joy. For the Lich King. At last. Let battle be joy. Yeah. You call. For the Lich King.
Summoning is complete.
Yeah. As you order. At last. For the Lich King. As you order. At last. For the Lich King. Yeah. At last.
Where shall my blood be
My
spilled?
patience has ended. For the Lich King. Yeah. At last. Yeah. For the Lich King. Let battle be joy. For the Lich King. By Ner'zhul. As you order. Make your choice. Call.
Thy bidding, master. Thy will be done. My vengeance is yours.
Our forces are under attack. Yes. My patience has ended. I am the darkness.
Summoning is complete.
At last. Our forces are under attack.
My life for Nezu.
My patience has ended. Let battle be joy. Let terror
Where shall my blood be
reign.
spilled?
I am the darkness.
I wish only to serve.
Rise or die. My vengeance is yours. At last. Proceed. You call. For the Lich King. My vengeance is yours. I await. My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. Our forces are under attack. vengeance is yours. I am the darkness. I wait.
My fate is
My vengeance is yours. Feel my wrath. Rise or die. My patience has ended. You call. My patience has ended. At last. You call. Your choice. My vengeance.
I bow to your will. I gladly obey.
Yeah. My patience.
I believe.
I am darkness. Make your choice. The sleeper awakes. You.
Where shall my blood be spilled?
He's coming back to middle, so you can't really do that.
Let battle joy.
Summoning is complete.
Our force, my patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. For the Lich King. Make your choice. Let battle
I thought he would just charge straight in there.
feel my wrath. Proceed as you order. Make your choice.
Summoning is complete.
For the Lich King.
You'll never beat the Blade Master.
My patience has ended. At last. My vengeance is yours.
Ah, probably just TP now because of Shadow Hunter. Shadow Hunter basically equals 2 to 3 free kills. He'll just get a bunch of free kills just because of Hex. So that's never a good idea to fight versus that. Kind of annoying because it means he gets the middle for free.
Yes.
Just because he's got Shadow Hunter there.
Evil survives. I am the darkness. Proceed. You call. Make your
I
choice.
bow to your will. The damned stand ready. My fate is sealed.
I am the darkness. My patience has ended. Proceed. My vengeance is yours. You call. I am sworn to never. I am the Make your choice. My vengeance is yours. Ride or die. Yours to command. Dead man. You call. I am darkness.
My life for Nezul.
My vengeance is yours. I am darkness. I am sworn to never. My vengeance is yours. Make your My patience has ended.
Thy bidding.
Can I help you? Hello? Thy bidding. I am sworn to never. Let battle joy. Direct me. My patience has ended. Yeah. My vengeance is yours. My patience has ended. At last. Our forces are under attack.
I mean, obviously we have to think that's incredibly suspicious.
My choice has ended. Let terror reign. Be
Like, he skipped past that. Warning bells are ringing. Warning bells are ringing on this one. I can't actually... Ah, there we go. That's why we get invulnerability potion on the Lich.
rise or die. My forces are under attack. Our hero has been killed by Ner'zhul. My patience has ended. Let battle rejoice. You right. What's done is done. My patience is yours. Make your choice. Yes, master. I am darkness.
I bow to your will. Thy will be done.
Our forces are under attack.
Call.
I await.
Stand ready.
Vengeance is yours. Yes. You call. You ride in darkness. At last. Proceed. Yeah. My patience has ended. Our forces are under attack. For the Lich King. My patience has ended. Make your choice. For the Spider King. My vengeance is yours. Yours to command. I am darkness. Stand ready. My face. You call. Make your choice. Our forces are under attack. Feel my wrath. Ride or die. My vengeance is yours. As you will. My patience. Our forces are under attack. My patience has ended. For the Lich King. To research at last.
I laugh in the face of danger!
My vengeance is yours. My patience has ended.
Thy bidding, master. My fate is
Vengeance is yours. You call. Yeah!
summoning is complete.
Let battle be joy. I am sworn. My vengeance is yours. I am yours to command. You call. Feel my wrath. Your choice. Yours. My patience is ended. You call. My patience has ended. Summons to command. I am darkness.
The dance I bow to your will.
As you order. You call. Your choice. I am darkness.
Research complete.
At last. Proceed. My vengeance. Ride or die. I am darkness.
Always trying to run away.
My patience has ended. Call. I am darkness. Let's battle for joy.
He's good at catching me.
For the Lich King.
Very good at catching me.
Yes, master. My patience has ended. You call. As you order. My vengeance is yours. Yeah. My sight is yours. Your choice. My patience has ended. You call. Yours to command. I am darkness. As you order. My patience has ended. More gold is required. I am darkness. You call.
He's getting away with quite a lot though now, because I can't keep track of where he is on the map. So it's kind of annoying.
My patience has ended.
I did send a Zeppelin back here.
Full speed ahead!
For the Lich King.
So yeah, he's gonna be very powerful. He's gonna have much more powerful heroes because I keep having to TP back because he keeps catching me. An orc on Lost Temple is one of the worst things in the world you can ever fight versus.
My patience has ended. As you order. Our forces are under attack. You call. Yeah. For the Lich King. It's to command. My vengeance is yours.
I shall be your eyes.
My patience has ended. At last. It's to command. My vengeance is yours.
Where shall my blood be spilled? Yes,
Yeah. At last. Thy bidding. My patience has ended. You call. My patience has ended. It's to command. Ride or die. Research complete.
See if he can catch this.
My patience has ended.
Ah, there is one mistake I've made. Can you guess what it is? No web. Quite a big error there. Definitely need web. Gonna have a hard time versus that without web.
You call. Find their zoom. I await. Patience has ended.
my sight is yours. I go unseen.
Let battle. More gold is required. My patience has ended. Our forces are under attack. My vengeance is yours. Thy bidding. Call. To command. Call. Be my wrath. Let terror reign. My vengeance is yours. My to command. Let terror reign. I by their zoom. To command. My vengeance is yours.
Blade Master's done shit tons of damage, but that's not to be surprised. That's not too surprising.
Let terror reign. Let battle be joy. I am victorious. To command as you order. My patience has ended. I am darkness. My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. I am darkness.
Blade Master was just doing ridiculous damage throughout that fight.
What needs revealing? I shall be your eyes.
My patience has ended.
Make your choice. My vengeance is yours.
Let battle be joined. My patience has ended. As you order. You call. My vengeance is yours. You calls to command. I am the darkness. I am the darkness.
What needs revealing?
Call. My vengeance is yours. Let battle be joined. My patience has ended to command. Research complete. You call. Yeah. I am smart. Ride or die. My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. Our gold mine collapsed. My patience has ended.
It's actually kind of scary how much this guy still has.
My patience has ended. My vengeance is yours. My patience has ended. At last. I am darkness, yours to command. My vengeance is yours. As yours to command. I am darkness. My patience has ended.
That was a little ridiculous, to be honest.
As you order.
I wish only to serve.
Vengeance is yours. For the Lich King. I am my vengeance is yours. By your call. What's done? My patience has ended.
Thy bidding.
I am sworn as my vengeance is yours.
No GG. Joe Bowl, what's that all about, fella? Well, that was quite a good game, actually. I had to try quite hard there, especially towards the end, especially after about the 6 creep jacks in a row. It certainly put me behind. I had a good start, and then, I don't know, it was creep jack after that. I'm trying to pull it back from this guy, which really put me in quite a tricky position there. Otherwise, that shouldn't have been anywhere near as close as it was. Like, I assume that he saw my Death Knight at the top right, but it was just kind of, I don't know. It's nothing. There's no way you can prove this. We discovered this with the hack. Unless someone actively, excuse me, pings exactly where the player is without being able to see them. It's very hard to know. Like, he could be legit, and it was just a good. You didn't even scout that. I suppose, no, to be fair, if you're against undead, you don't need to. Yeah, I don't necessarily think he was hacking it. It's just one of those things where a lot of things, towards the mid to late game, he just sort of like was in the right place at the right time. A lot of the time. See, this is it. I got off to a good start here, which is rare versus Orc to get off to a good start. That's why it was important to go for that early Death Knight. See, I didn't think he was going to go for an expansion, so he had that expansion relatively early, actually, which helped him to sort of make a comeback into the game. So if I scouted for that expansion, although I should have been able to tell when my Acolyte was over here, I think I did go over there later, but I still didn't think necessarily that he had an expansion for sure. But that should have been a telltale sign. But anyway, I couldn't win anyway, because he's got his Shadow Hunter. And if I don't have my Lich, there's no way you win. There's no way I win Death Knight, 5 Fiends, Blade Master, 4 Grunts. That's hard enough as it is, because of Blade Master, but when Shadow Hunter's added in, yeah, that's... I think TPing was the right thing to do there. I could have lost a bunch of units. But unfortunately, he gets the middle for free, and it's a healing fountain for Orc, so, you know, you can't argue with that, can you, as an Orc player? He gets to creep all of that experience and the nice items, and he gets to heal up to maximum whilst doing it. Yeah, that's a really good comeback, that is. So controlling and getting the Shadow Hunter early as he did was very good. So coming over here to do this shop, isn't that unnatural? It obviously looks suspicious because of where I am on the map right now.
Work complete.
But yeah, he can see. Because he's just picking up items. It was just wrong place, wrong time for me, you know? I could have been over here creeping this when he did that, and he might have not have actually done anything. He might have just crept this. Who knows, or walked away and gone to my base instead, after he got the items. But because I came there at that exact moment, and his Blade Master saw it, it just went really badly. And this is horrible for me. Luckily, he wasn't paying anywhere near enough attention, because I have Orb of Corruption. I waited. He gets the advantage of having this Shadow Hunter at tier 2, but he's still at tier 2. I went to tier 3 and got my Lich. I had to sacrifice not building an obsidian statue. I think I built one too many Fiends, because I wanted to get my Lich out at the same time that my tier 3 hits, so I can get Orb of Corruption, because a Lich with Orb of Corruption is so much more effective. You can actually you can kill things, basically. Otherwise you can't normally kill things very easily. As is demonstrated, the Lich just makes it quite hard for him. But that item was very nice. The Wand of Mana Stealing. He never sold it, so he could keep this Shadow Hunter going with hexes and things and heals. Stay in the fight longer than he should have been able to. And obviously he had the massive heal potion, the health stone. So, you know, that fight in the middle really worked out nicely there. It was a good game overall. I had to work very hard though. There was quite a lot of moments there where I could have just lost the game instantaneously if I lost my Death Knight in that last fight. Last couple of fights. That could have just really just caved me in. As you can see, he's lost his hero multiple times throughout this game, but because it's Orc Blade Master, you know, he still was able to put up a hell of a lot of a fight throughout the game. So even though it looks like a lot of the fights have gone mostly in my favour, if you look at it on the grand scheme of things, I think it's probably actually even, because he's made me TP, I've made him TP and stuff like that, so it's fairly even, really. That was very good for me. I got to kill a Raider and a Grunt, and then I didn't lose anything. That was a huge win for me on that one. And then he comes over here, but he can't creep this because it's already been crept by me. So yeah, I don't think he hacks, looking at this at all. It just bloody well felt that way, and it always does when you're against Orc. Yeah, he can see that my units are rallying down to here, which is what allows him to get another creep jack. Because if he didn't see those 2 units, again, it's just that kind of thing. Those 2 units could have already, you know, not being built, or they could have taken an extra 20 seconds or 15 seconds to come out. But because they come out roughly when they do, that gives him the information he needs to know that basically something's going on down there. I at least get the item and get a raider, but it's not ideal. That's quite a few times now I've had to be pushed back. Which again, like I was saying during the gameplay, it's not good. Because even if I kill a couple of units, I'm giving away position. He gets to kill this and this completely uncontested, because there's 0% chance that I can get back there in time to stop him from doing it. So he knows he can creep that and get all the experience for it, and there's not a damn thing I can do about it, whilst I've got nothing to do really other than a mediocre camp nearby. So that definitely hurt. I think at this point I wanted to just go for his expansion, did I? No, I came down actually just to see, but he's more or less long gone by that point. So I'm down here, he's over here, circling around. I do have a chance to catch a couple of units, but not quite quick enough with the fiends. Here's another happy camper, the Zeppelin. His base is more exposed. I actually thought he was greedy enough to go for an expansion at the bottom left for some reason, which is why I went down there. He crept that, I crept this. I'm surprised he didn't go to my base. If he went to my base, he would have forced a TP. He was in a good position there to force a TP. That would have been much worse for me if he actually had to force me to town portal again. But instead, I'm the one that gets to sort of force him to town portal. Ah, maybe it's because he got obsessed with trying to get this frostworm. And that pulled him all the way back. So this is the fight where I was thinking I'm just going to immediately TP. No, actually, I'm going to try to reposition, pick off what you can as you're going through these small positions. But then what made it worse was that I just didn't actually research web. Completely forgot to research web. Wyverns are such a nightmare if they're in a decent mass like that, because they can just pierce through a whole bunch of your units. Frostworms destroy us very easily. So he's at 80 food. I'm at 70 food. It's not a good fight for me. He's got way more gold and wood as well. That's why the Blade Master did so much damage in the other fight beforehand. Jeez. 3 gloves of haste, and claws of attack, and orb of lightning. That's why. Okay, I thought the Blade Master did better over here. And you remember that fight I had over here? Unless that's to come. But I thought that was kind of odd how that fight went so well for him. I still ended up winning it, but at the time I was like, he shouldn't... I mean, if I keep concentrating on killing the Wyverns and slow the Blade Master down with frost armor and stuff, we can't do that much. But he did. You saw how easy my Frostworm just went down there. Like butter. You only really want 1 or 2 Frostworms at most. Otherwise, that's why I was spamming out mainly Fiends. Try to take down these Wyverns because they're horrible. But the Blade Master's just doing so much. I'm just, yeah. Chance to take out the Shadow Hunter. Again, another health stone on that Shadow Hunter. But the undead nuke imbalance is strong. So he's got way more units left over. But with my double hero and careful control, manipulating what his Blade Master is going to attack. Got this in the bag pretty much. That was difficult to get that coil because I had so much surrounding me. There was very easy chance for me to coil the wrong thing. So that was very fortunate that I managed to hit the right target there, the Blade Master. Otherwise I would have basically been dead. He only needed like another half a second and then he would have killed my Death Knight almost definitely. Now this is a good opportunity, but still he's got quite a lot. The Death Knight is really can't be too... He doesn't know whether to contest it. And I think he made the right choice, because if he did try to contest it, the Death Knight probably still would have got away, and he would have lost a couple of extra units for this. But he's had plenty of time to... I actually took a Mana Stone there just so I could slow those units down and soften them up as much as possible. But obviously I have to commit to this because you can't let that many units get away on like no health. So it's a case of just manipulating his clunky position because this is quite horrible as Orc. Let the Frostworm do the work. Because like I say, Frostworm sucks versus Wyverns, but he's so good versus the ground units. Just that overall splash of frost helps a lot versus Orc. Now this is just so awkward for me because I'm constantly having to move my Death Knight back, but I want him to stay nearby so he can coil and, you know, prepare and help. And I've got the Frostworm who's had to move out. The Lich is now massively out of position by himself. I've got a whole bunch of units that are surrounded by his units and his heroes. So it's very clunky and awkward. But Fiends are so good with the web. They give me a lot of control. Blade Master's out already. That's quite quick. Considering he's, yeah, that's quite nasty. Shadowhunter's next on the list. This is just a case of manipulating what he's probably going to be doing. So, stun on that. Switch over to this. Always have an invincibility potion. If he was quick enough, he might have been actually able to kill my Lich there before I could take the invincibility. So this is one game that could have very easily been his game to win. Just a few mistakes maybe. And then Death and Decay, something you don't often get to see, but I thought I may as well use it. It helps, especially versus the altar in this case. I don't care so much about killing the fortress or even the bestiary. Stopping those heroes from coming back. If I could only hit that altar with the Death and Decay, I would have still done it. Because killing that altar is by far the most important thing. Stop his heroes coming back and there's no chance. There you go. My thoughts and reflections. Not a hacker. Just a case of wrong place, wrong time for me in many circumstances. But it is what it is. And there's a cheeky abomination because I had to build something as the fight was progressing. And I think I hit the wrong hotkey, but I didn't care because an abomination will still do the trick.